What's up? This is your Limpopo Queen Desiree, your host of Amalgamation Sound and Experience, right here on Nirvana World FM, every Sunday, 11 a.m.
If you have just joined us, this is the show which is aimed at identifying the importance of unity and bringing to the listeners proof of positive outcomes brought by amalgamations in our country and abroad. This intention is to communicate with the guests who have experienced and achieved greatness through uniting with people from different backgrounds without discriminating against one another due to race, culture, religion, gender, or country of birth.
But right now, I have in studio Black Rose from Limpopo. Black Rose is an amazing artist from South Africa in Limpopo. And she is right now working in Johannesburg, putting her village on the map.
I'm so excited to be here. I would like to send a warm greeting to your beautiful listeners at home or wherever they are listening, or internationally. As you said, you are a gone girl.
Yes, international, darling, international.
Shout out to the international listeners, the international audience, and shout out to those watching us live.
But let's go for Black Rose's top 7 song. They're going to think you're a singer, so I'm going to come back and introduce you. So let's confuse them a little bit.
Okay, let's do that.
Let's do it.
Ujola le mang wa ma top 7. Ijola le Romeo wa ma top 7. Nanreke la Genie ya ma top 7. Nervaya ka Transi ya ma top 7. Are baby girl, bona revaya ka 7. Neki skim le manyora le zola 7. Entle crash shota 20 rebel 11.
Black Rose is in studio, our top 7. This is one of the songs that she has made when she was only 3 years in the music industry.
Yeah, I was like, that was when, in 2015 or 2014.
Yeah.
And I was 3 years and blowing. I feel like that's how my career started.
Rose, you are involved in film, music,
business, content creating, writing, dancing, hosting events, managing artist.
Are you managing?
Nothing that is not doable. I feel like it is doable, just I'm overworking myself. Just like today I'm extremely, exhausted.
I think it's very motivational. Although it looks like too much, it's very motivational because we always advise artists to have something, like a backup plan, because you can't really rely on the music industry, especially in South Africa. So having all these skills and talents are quite assuring that you can still live, you can still do something for money and all.
True.
But I want to know, how did you get involved in all of them? Where did you start and what was the end?
Oh, so I started with dancing, I think, before everything. So I grew up, so obsessed with singing. I don't know why God didn't give me that gift. Okay, He gifted me differently, but, my wish would have been a great voice. I feel like you're a fantastic, phenomenal vocalist.
Oh, thank you.
I heard you. You are like one of the powerhouse that we, or that inspire me.
Yes.
So I grew up obsessed with singing. I remember, when I was listening to Mariah Carey or Beyonce with that high tone, it was insane to me. And I tried, and I see that it's not working, and people will keep on telling you those, fairy tale stories, like swallow a hot, stone, drink warm water, do this and lemon and all that. I tried all that. It didn't work out. And then I realized, no, you don't just wake up and decide, I'm going to have a beautiful voice. No. This is what I need to do.
Yeah.
It's a gift. And then I started with dancing. So we used to have like a trio back home where I come from. I was still in secondary school by then. We used to call ourselves, HSS. Hot Sexy Sisters. Okay. So there was like a trio of us, and we were like HSS, Hot Sexy Sisters. We were a trio of dancing for local DJs.
Yeah.
I remember we danced for DJ Mlazo, we danced for DJ Call Me, DJ Bazi, we danced for DJ Long Time. There's so many of them. So yeah, from dancing now, I tapped into theater. While I was still now in high school. So from secondary to high school, now I'm like theater. I did theatrical industry, acting. And that's where my love and passion for acting started. And by that time, I had already told my mom that I'm going to be a mining engineer.
Yeah.
So you can understand how excited she got. She was like, imagine my daughter, an entire mining engineer.
Yeah, hold it right there, mining engineer. You have a big fan, and I don't want him to leave sad. Madure Viran, 1990. has been sending you hearts and everything and calling you a queen and a multi-talented and all types of good things. So he needs you to give him a shout out quickly.
What's her name again?
You just say Maddie.
Oh, hi, Maddie. Wow, I love you. Thank you for the love. Thank you for, everything that you're doing. I receive and appreciate it. I'm sending it back to you.
Done. And this mining engineering, let's carry on.
So, my mom was excited. And then I tapped into theater. Immediately after I told my mom, it's like, when I got to choose subject at school, I will be taking maths and physics because my journey was to be a mining engineer. But little did I know. Then I enjoy theater. Then I realized, oh man, this is magical. It's not also something that you can decide. I'm going to wake up and act. I'm going to wake up and be a director. No, it's a gift.
Yeah.
That goes for the Fergusons of South Africa or the Tyler Perry of America, Hollywood, or whatever.
Yeah.
And then I enjoyed theater so much that I went back home. After I selected those subjects, and I'm like, after my matric, I want to study dramatic art.
Oh wow.
My mom was like, and then mining, are you going to do this first or after or when? And I'm like, I want to start with this. I feel like I will be wasting my time doing mining engineering because I want to start with dramatic art. I feel like I'm so in love with it. I don't think I will enjoy that.
Yes.
And then my mom was like, oh, it was like still a bit confusing to her. Our black parents, especially in a community where like, what is dramatic art? Because like everyone can act.
Yeah.
But is it true that everyone can act? I don't think so.
No.
I truly don't think so. So from there now, while I was doing production, with my director, shout out to Bafedile Masasa.
Yeah.
A proud gay man, very proud of him, very talented in all aspects of life, from dance to, singing to choreography to poems to bands to instruments, extremely, so shout out to him once more time because it's Pride Month as well. So I will, I might as well.
So when before we lose that, right? This is an amalgamation story. So what has he done for you?
Oh, he introduced me to the core industry of acting.
Yeah.
Especially for theater. Because I grew up knowing that I have a talent as an entertainer.
Yeah.
Because already I was dancing, so people were loving it. People were crazy about us. We were the destiny child of Limpopo, Lepalale, where I come from.
Yeah.
We were that true. We were very popular back then. And then when I tapped into theater, I found this talented, proud gay man. And remember, we live in a world where they are the most criticized, and just like today I'm sending countless shout out is because this is a Pride Month. They celebrate people like him, they celebrate more, people, queer people, the LGBTIQ. I got to learn the challenges of acting. I remember for the very first time in my entire life, I got to know that people do emotional exercise.
Yeah.
Do you know what that is? I'm sure because you do a lot of exercises, body yoga and
Yes, I do.
So that was my first experience, like we will be sitting in a room in a round formula and he will say, now we are crying. We must all cry. Emotional, then it's like sad. Then sadness, and it's like excited.
So you just change your moods
that was like emotion, like that was incredible to me.
And what has come out of your acting career since you have learned all these lessons from him?
Oh, what came out from my acting career? It's a package of a trio. I remember if in the industry, in order for you to be fully successful, or I don't know, maybe that was the stereotype that how we started.
Yeah,
you need to have those three aspects. You need to know how to sing.
Yeah.
Or rather recite a poem.
Yes.
Or rap, now, which is what I'm doing. You also need to know how to act.
Yes.
And you need to know how to dance.
Did you perform as a theater actress?
Yes.
You only learned. Okay, where did you perform?
Oh gosh, we performed. I remember Polokwane Garden,
Library Garden. Yes.
We did a show in Library Garden. We did a show at our casino. What is Meropa Casino?
Yeah.
We did one of the biggest show, and by that time I was only in grade 10. Can you imagine how my career started?
Oh.
I was in grade 10 or 9. No, I think I was in grade 9 because in grade 10 I already released a single.
Yeah.
So I was in grade 9 performing provincial wise.
Okay, so you performed provincially as a stage actor?
We did awareness also for the SARS, drugs awareness, cancer awareness. We did teenage pregnancy, HIV awareness. Like we covered a lot of social ills.
So you actually been involved in developing this country and just sending out the good message through your stage acting. Good. I appreciate that. People like you are the ones we want in the studio because we want to inspire people to understand that interacting with people from different backgrounds. You did not judge your coach as a gay guy. You did not look at his background and how different it is from yours. You took from him what the universe has put
gifted
together.
him with.
Why? Yeah, the reason why the universe has put you in the same path with him was that he had to teach you something, and
Pass
you
it
also
on.
had to grow his profile as a teacher. Good. Now, TV. Have you showed up on any TV program?
Oh, TV now, that's an extreme level.
Yeah.
So when I jumped into TV, I started off as a background, which they label as our extras. I hate that. We are professional background actors. We're not extras. There is like
Not extras.
Can I correct that?
Background actors.
I was not an extra. We were professional because like they direct.
Yes.
And people don't get that a background can play the biggest role on television than someone who has a dialogue. I got to learn that later on. So I started as a background, on television, on your local soap pieces, Skim Sami. I remember my first appearance was on Skim Sami.
Yes.
People at home went like, push. Bo Matlhati Susan.
Yeah.
Oh wow! So I started on Skim Sami. Then I think I did a couple of shoot with Boy Generation. I'd never been to Movango. Okay, so on screen, my first featured role was on Skim Sami as a boardroom member.
Boardroom member.
Then my second featured role was on an African soapy called Benny Landers. Shout out to the production, Benny Landers. I was,
Love it.
I think I was Auspolina. That's the character. So
Was it a nurse?
It was not a nurse. It was like a cleaner at a hospital.
Oh, okay. A cleaner at a hospital.
Yeah, it was a cleaner at a hospital. So my role there was to steal some. It has been broadcasted. So I feel like I can say it, right?
Yeah, you can.
So my role was to steal a file, a medical file.
As long as I don't get fired after that. So number 3.
Number 3, which is one of the biggest and something that is like, a breakthrough of my career is being featured as a lead actor at my own production.
Yes.
BR Media. We are shooting a mini series.
Susan Mahlatsi-Ngwepe is Rose's content provider, and Rose has just given her gratitude, which I respect so much.
And she's not only that. Let me say, like, her biggest role is, everything that has to do with her career as well, because she's an aspiring, phenomenal, one of the beautiest growing filmmaker.
Yes.
Seriously, remember our first documentary in 2019, she was still in varsity.
Yeah.
She showed that.
Yeah.
If you take a look at that documentary right now, you wouldn't say that was a student doing that.
So before we get back into communicating with Rose, I just want to play one of her songs. Is it Mawe? This song is a hit, guys. It's available in stores, on all your digital platforms. What would you like to be remembered for?
Okay, what I would like to be remembered for, I would like people to remember me as this fearless fighter.
Yes.
Someone who went against all odds. Someone whose dreams was bigger than she anticipated.
Yo, what's up? This is your Limpopo Queen Desiree Reddy, your host of Amalgamation Sound and Experience, right here on Nirvana World FM, every Sunday, 11 a.m.
Ujo la limang wa ma top 7.